ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. 9 ಲೈವ್ ವಾಹಿನಿಯ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ವಿಶೇಷ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ನಾನು ಸಂಜನಾ ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಮಗಳವಿಡೆ. ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಇನ್ನೇನು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗಳ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಬರ್ತಿವೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಬಹುತೇಕ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಯ ಭಯ ಕಾಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ 9 ಲೈವ್ ವಾಹಿನಿ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಎಂಬ ವಿಶೇಷ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಸಾರ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮೂಲಕ ವಿಷಯ ತಜ್ಞರ ಮೂಲಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ನೀಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಹೇಗೆ ಸಿದ್ಧತೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು, ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗಿ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಯಾವುದು, ಪಠ್ಯ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಭಾಗಗಳು ಯಾವುವು ಅನ್ನೋದೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಆ ವಿಷಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ಗಳೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಇನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟುಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಅವರು ರೋಹಿಣಿ ಸತ್ತಿಗೇರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮೇಡಮ್. ನಮಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಮೇಡಮ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಿರು ಪರಿಚಯ ನಮ್ಮ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡುವುದಾದರೆ?
Myself Rohini Sattigeri. So I have done my MSc Biochemistry and I am presently working in Bhavadipa Shikshana Samsthe Srimati Vimala Kulkarni School, Hubli. So I will be handling chemistry and biology for 10th standard.
ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಇದಾಯಿತು ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಶೇಷ ಅತಿಥಿಯ ಕಿರು ಪರಿಚಯ. ಬನ್ನಿ, ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ಯಾವ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೇಳೋಣ.
Firstly I will be telling you completely how to study chemistry and what are the chapters comes in 10th standard. So firstly there are mainly 4 chapters in chemistry. First is chemical reactions and equations, then acids, bases and salts, then metals and non-metals, and last chapter is carbon and its compounds. So these are the 4 chapters which comes in chemistry. And regarding this, I'll be telling you the weightage of the marks for each chapter. So for chemical reactions and equations, totally they may ask you the 6 marks questions. Then acid, bases and salts, 3 marks will be asked from that chapter. Then metals and non-metals, totally 10 marks. And carbon and its compounds, totally 6 marks questions will be asked. So firstly in chemistry, main thing is you need to learn the reactions thoroughly, like how to solve the reactions. Don't by heart the equations, you need to understand the equations. So these are the 4 chapters. So chapter wise if we see, from the first chapter, that is chemical reactions and equations, so there will be totally around 6 marks will be asked. Then from acid, base and salts, totally 3 marks will be asked, and metals and non-metals, total 10 marks, and carbon and its compounds, totally 6 marks. So mainly you need to concentrate on metals and non-metals. So majority of the questions will be from that chapter. And also I will be telling you the chapter wise how to read and what are the important concepts. Chapter wise I will be telling you. So in chemical reactions, main thing you need to know about the different types of reactions. So they may ask you to identify the reactions, which are the type of reactions, and one more thing, balancing equations. So compulsory question will be asked in balancing, and always whenever you write the equation, you need to write the balanced equation only. Then they may ask you to identify the oxidizing agent, reducing agent. So redox reactions are also important. And when you are writing the equations and when you are reading the equations, don't by heart the equations, you need to understand the equations. So to write the equations, you should be aware of you should be thorough with the valency. Then easily you can write the compound names and the reactions. If you by heart the reactions, you will be forgetting it. So understand the equations and what will react with what. If you understand it, easily you can write. And always you should practice the equations, then it will be easy for you. Don't think that the equations are very tough. So if you practice it thoroughly, then you feel it very easy. Okay, the next chapter is acid, base and salts. So in this chapter mainly you have to concentrate on the reactions, how the acid and bases reacts, and what is the pH, different indicators, and mainly you concentrate on salts. So in the salts you need to concentrate on how the salt is prepared, and you need to write the preparation in the form of equations. Okay, and what is the chemical formula of the salt? So these are the different questions which they may ask you. Then coming to metals and non-metals, so concentrate on all the reactions, like how metals reacts with the acids, how metal reacts with the water, how metal reacts with the acids. So there is a reactivity series. Reactivity series most important, so you should be thorough with the reactivity series. Like if you thorough with the reactivity series, then easily you can write the reactions, how different metals will react with oxides and oxygen, acids and water. Then you have to concentrate on amphoteric oxides. Then next is ionic compounds. So ionic compounds, you should know the properties of the ionic compounds. Then you should know how they are formed. Now take for example sodium chloride is there, formation of sodium chloride. So you need to write the representation of the electrons, how the sodium is donating the electron, you have to represent it with the electrons. Then how the chlorine is accepting the electron and forming the ionic bond. So they will ask you the formation of sodium chloride, formation of magnesium chloride, formation of calcium oxide. So this is also important. Then concentrate on the extraction of the metals. So in the extraction they may ask you sulfide ores, carbonate ores. So different series are there based on the lower reactivity series, medium reactivity series and highly reactive metals. So you need to concentrate on that. Then refining of copper, that is also important. Next is carbon and its compounds. So in the carbon and its compounds you need to concentrate on the properties of the carbon. So carbon is a very special metal. So why it is special, why it is versatile in nature, those properties, the tetravalency. So you need to concentrate on the properties of the carbon. Carbon is a versatile element. So why it is versatile? So it is following the property of tetravalency, multiple bonding. So you should know about the properties of the carbon. And also the nomenclature is important, how to name the hydrocarbons. So you have to be thorough with the naming of the hydrocarbons and writing the structure of the hydrocarbons. So they may give one compound and they will ask you to write the structure of that particular compounds. You have saturated compounds and unsaturated compounds. So in saturated compounds you have alkanes, right? So you should know the general formula. General formula is CnH2n plus 2. So if you know the general formula, then easily you can write the different alkanes. Okay. Now take for example, if the one carbon is there, we call it as methane. 2 carbons, ethane. So while naming you should know the keywords, that is 1 carbon means meth, 2 carbons eth, 3 carbons prop. Like that you should know the main keywords, then you can easily write the naming of that. And also they will ask you to write the structure. The alkene general formula is CnH2n, then alkynes CnH2n minus 2. So if you know the general formula, easily you can write the different hydrocarbons. They will ask you to write the structure. So next is alkenes. So the general formula of alkenes is CnH2n. Right. So if you want to write the name of the ethene, right? So it is ethene, it is 2 carbon, and ene, it is ethene. You will be adding ene there in the alkenes. So in the general formula CnH2n, if you want to write propene, then you need to substitute 3 in the place of n. So then it will be C3H6. So in the nomenclature you should know the molecular formula of the hydrocarbons. And what about the saturated and unsaturated carbons? So saturated carbons means they are single bond, we call it as alkanes. Unsaturated compounds, we have alkenes and alkynes. So you should know the general formula of the alkane, alkene and alkyne. So general formula of alkane is CnH2n plus 2 and alkene is CnH2n. Alkyne is CnH2n minus 2. So if you know the general formula and if you know the keywords, keywords means now take for example, if carbon 1 is there, we call it as meth, carbon 2 eth, 3 prop. Like that you should know up to the 10 carbon atoms. So you should know the molecular formula and how to write the structure of the hydrocarbons. So they may ask you to write the structure of butane, and they may ask you to write the structure of propane, and also the functional groups are important. So there are 4 functional groups. Hydroxyl group is there, carboxyl group is there, aldehyde group is there, ketone group is there. So all these, anyone they may ask you to write the structure. They may ask you propanone. Propanone means it is the keto group. Now propanoic acid, it is the carboxylic group, right? So they will ask you to write the structure. And main thing is, next important is, you should know the chemical properties. You have different types of reactions in that. You have combustion reaction, oxidation reaction, esterification reaction, saponification reaction, substitution reaction. So all these reactions, substitution reaction, esterification reactions, are important reactions. So one compulsory question will be there on that. So this was regarding the weightage, or the what type of questions, means which concepts you need to concentrate on this 4 chapters. I'll be telling you about the question paper design.
ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಿರಾಮದ ನಂತರ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮುಂದುವರಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಚಾನೆಲ್ ಇದೀಗ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾಗಳಾದ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್, ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಂನಲ್ಲೂ ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸಬಹುದು. ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲ ಬಾರಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ 9 ಲೈವ್ ವಾಹಿನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಭಿನ್ನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳ ಅನಾವರಣ. ರುಚಿ ಶುಚಿ ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಹವ್ಯಾಸ ನಿಮ್ಮದಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ನಾವು ನಿಮಗೆ ಒದಗಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅದ್ಭುತ ವೇದಿಕೆ. ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಹವ್ಯಾಸ ಹೊಂದಿದ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ರುಚಿ ಶುಚಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ಆಸಕ್ತ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು ಕೂಡಲೇ ಸಂಪರ್ಕಿಸಿ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ 822778339999.
ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ವಿರಾಮದ ನಂತರ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮುಂದುವರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಮೇಡಮ್, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, 4 ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೊಟ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂತ ನೀವು ಕಲಿಬಹುದು. ಈಗ ಬನ್ನಿ, ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್, ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಂತೆ, ಕೇಳೋಣ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
So overall, you know, the science question paper will be of, theory will be of 80 marks and internal will be 20 marks. So in the internal 20 marks what you are getting, in that you need to be doing the periodic assessment. It will be carrying around 10 marks, and practical work, that we call it as subject enrichment work. So if you complete your practicals, you will get 5 marks. And portfolio, so portfolio, whatever the assignments you have written, so that will fetch you 5 marks. 20 marks will be given by the school, and 80 marks you will be writing the theory part. So out of 80, so chemistry carries around 25 marks. So chapter wise marks I have already told.
Okay.
Then I'll tell the design.
Yeah.
So out of this 20 marks, what type of questions will be asked? What type of questions will be asked, I'll just explain you. So main thing is, they'll ask you questions based on the knowledge and understanding. Okay, how much you know about the subject. Okay, like take for example, they may ask you define isomers. So we have some keywords like state the reaction, identify the reaction, or describe the reaction, or to summarize they may ask you, right? Based on how much you have understood the concept, they will ask you. And the next is the questions based on the application level. So next is, they will ask you the application level questions. Okay, now they may ask you to distinguish between the reactions, or they may ask you to explain. So explain the method of mixing water and acid, like that they will ask you to. So out of 80 marks, chemistry part contains 25 marks. Okay, so in that 25 marks, what type of questions will be asked? So they will be asking you the knowledge and understanding based questions, means how much you know about the subject. Now take for example, they may ask you name the metal which is liquid at room temperature, or define isomerism. So out of 80 marks, 25 marks will be from chemistry. So in that they may ask you knowledge based questions, or the understanding of concepts, means how much you know about the concept. Take for example, they may ask you to name the metal which is liquid at room temperature, or define the term isomerism, or they may ask you to identify the reaction and balance the equation. So we have some keywords: state, name, list, identify, define, or suggest, or describe, or summary. So such type of questions will be asked, that we call it as knowledge based or understanding based questions. Okay, next comes the applications of knowledge, means how do you apply your knowledge. Such type of questions will be asked. They may ask you calculate, or illustrate, or show, or explain, or distinguish between. So such type of questions will be asked. Okay, those are called as application level questions. And next, based on the formulate, analyze and evaluation based questions. Now take for example, interpret the concept, or analyzing questions, comparing questions, contrast, evaluate, or discuss, or construct. So such type of questions will be asked. Now this time competency based questions are will be asked. They are concentrating more on competency based questions. In the form of MCQs they may ask, in the form of case study, or source based integrated questions. So around 50% will be based on the competency based questions, and 20% will be from select response type questions, that is 20%. Then constructed response questions, that is short answer, long answer type questions, around 30%. Next, I will be telling you the pattern of the question paper. So first main is section A. It consists of 20 marks, which will be of MCQ. You need to select the correct option. In that 20 marks, they will ask you MCQ as well as the assertion and reasoning questions. And in section B, short answer will be asked, which contains 2 marks. Okay, totally there will be 6 questions, which carries 12 marks. And next in section C, long answer, which carries 3 marks. So totally 7 questions will be there, totally 21 marks. And next, coming to section D, long answer type questions, that which carries 5 marks each. So totally 3 will be there. And last section is section E, case based study will be there. So totally 3 cases will be given. Case study, they may give you the paragraph or any one case, or diagram based questions. And in chemistry they may ask you the reactions and to identify the compound. Okay, such questions will be asked. Totally 3 will be there. Each case study will be carrying 4 marks each. So totally 12 marks. So this is the total 80 marks question paper. Yeah. So in the carbon anhydrase compounds, the sulfonification reaction, esterification reaction, and substitution reactions are important.
Okay.
And in the first chapter, chemical reactions and equations, all the types of reactions, decomposition reaction,
Okay.
oxidation reaction. Yeah, they have to write the correct compound with the balanced equations. No, the compound only will be changed. You
Then
will
it's
not get any
completely
marks.
wrong.
Yeah, CO2 is carbon dioxide. If
yeah.
you write CO4, then the compound will not exist.
Yeah.
So you will not fetch any marks. Now, see, you need to read the question thoroughly. You have to concentrate what is asked exactly. You need to write the answer to the point. Okay. Now, take for example, explain the method of mixing water and acid. Such questions you have to write it correctly. How, whether you add water to acid or acid to water, then only you will fetch full marks. So if they are asking you the definitions, perfect definition should be there. Okay, and there will be a division of marks. Now take for example 2 marks a question is there, so half marks one keyword and 1 marks for certain reaction. They will divide the marks, division of marks will be there. So based on that you will get the mark.
Get
Scientific
marks,
words you have to use it compulsory
Clear marks.
marks,
They
or
will
else
not-
they will lose the marks. So CBSE already have released so many sample papers. So try to solve all the sample papers. Okay, and one thing, thoroughly you have to read the NCERT textbook. You should be thorough with the complete NCERT book. Don't leave any part, read completely. So based on the NCERT only the question paper will be set. And next is you have to practice the equations. Practice, practice, practice. Don't by heart the equations. Chemistry always you need to write and practice, then only you will remember it. Next is try to solve many previous year question papers. So that will fetch you confidence in writing and you will understand where you are doing mistakes. Try to solve all the question papers. when you're writing it and practicing it, you will come to know where you're doing mistakes, and try to solve the PYQs. PYQs means the previous year questions. Try to solve as many as question papers as much you can. Okay, so if you are write and practice, you will know where you are doing mistake, so that you can be thorough with writing and all. So I'll be displaying some of the sample papers in the PDF. You can go through it, solve the question paper, and thoroughly you be thorough with your subject and practice well. So I wish you all the success in your exams, and may good luck be in your favor, and your preparation bring fantastic outcomes in the exam. All the best children, do well in your exam.
ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಮೇಡಮ್ ಬಂದರು, ಭಾಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು, ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಏನೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್, ಅವ್ರು ಏನೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ 100% ಏನು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿಗೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ 25 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಫುಲ್ 25 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಗಿಟ್ಟಿಸ್ಕೊತೀರಾ. ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಇದು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಥರೋಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಫ್ ಸಮ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಇನ್ ಎನಿ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್, ಫುಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ ಆಗಿ 0 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬೀಳೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಪೇಪರ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ವೆಲ್. ಮೇಡಮ್, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Thank you.
ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಇದಾಯಿತು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ವಿಶೇಷ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಸಂಚಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ಅತಿಥಿಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಹಾಜರಾಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸುತ್ತೀರಿ 9 ಲೈವ್. ಇದು ಸತ್ಯದ ಪ್ರತಿರೂಪ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.